snotty-nosed little brats probably got to like a sailor on your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
Open the gates up.
Try in the area.
I don't know. I thought she'd be in here.
Yes, she should be in here.
Y'all just have a seat for a minute and talk. You know, they'll clue you in the when to come and go. There we go. There we go.
Warden, come down here.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
On spill.
In the Holland prison. Oh, that's kind of neat.
It's time
All right.
to
I forgot
lower
my
the
name.
pipe chain and rattle them bars because we introduce Richard right here at Houston. Historical, exciting new KPFT Houston from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day. Work what they call me.
Okay, it's the prison show.
Welcome to the prison show. I got my sound man working now, part-time anyway. And we've got a jam-packed show tonight. We've got some folks in from the Netherlands. If y'all would, just step up and introduce yourselves. And
Hi, I'm Danny from Holland. I work in mental health in forensic department.
with the prison system.
Yeah, with the prison system.
So, Karen came with Franz Dow before.
Yes,
you know, our friend Franz, who used to be a warden. I guess he was able to close the prison before he retired, and he's got obviously good people working with him. So,
yeah, Franz is it's like an example of how prison systems can work, and he made some programs. They stopped it. It's a shame they stopped it.
they've stopped the programs there.
They stopped the programs. They even had a place for a long stay, and the people over there, there were no wardens.
Oh,
so, yeah, this was beautiful.
I'm
And
disappointed
even
to hear
schooling,
that.
Yeah.
Well, when y'all talk with Franz, please have him get a hold of David, and we'll see if we can interview him about that.
Yeah, Franz told me to say hi to all of you.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so, Karen came with Franz the last time.
I was there last time, and I'm actually from the other side because I was a victim before.
Right.
And I'm actually working with Franz to get victims and perpetrators connected.
Okay, so that they can work out some of the issues.
Yeah, that's right.
Excellent, excellent. Forward thinking.
Yeah, and actually I'm also visiting one guy here in prison as well. So.
And
that's
where,
what I'm
in
doing
Livingston?
In Polanski.
In Polanski, yeah. Okay. Well, welcome. We're going to have to get moving now. We're kind of jammed for time this evening.
What have you got next for us?
I've got a ton of announcements here, and
Okay.
what I wanted to do was talk about a couple of things real quick. First off, and this affects families and inmates alike, is the mail. There appears to be some mail coming and going from TDCJ units. We are not informed for sure as to which units those would be. We're just aware that a small amount of mail is definitely moving. The way we know this is because David got a letter that was written on the 26th and arrived, I guess, today. So a little bit of mail is moving, folks. Just be patient. I rather doubt if anybody's hoarding your mail and trying to sit on it. They've got bigger fish to fry right now.
I think it has to do more with, clearing out roadways so people can get that mail going.
They've got bigger things to do than worry about the mail right at this moment. And I know it's important to you, but just give them a minute. I'm sure it'll catch up. I want to give out David's address again because we had some people complaining that maybe that David and some of the crew here were not getting their mail when they were sending it here to the station. And we don't know what the reason for that is, but 9902 Bromel, B-R-O-M-E-L, Station Street, Houston, Texas, 77070. Again, 9902 Brommel Street Station, Houston, Texas, 77070. And that's David Collingsworth, producer of the Prison Show. If you think you're having issues, go ahead and write David directly, please. All right. And then we've got... I'm going to talk a minute about the evacuations, but first there's a new development that happened with the flooding over in Beaumont. Yesterday, Beaumont lost their city water. There's no clean water available in Beaumont unless it's coming out of a bottle or somebody's tank or a tanker truck. And with that in mind, TDCJ moved water tankers to all 3 units.
Okay.
And bottled water to some of the units, and I don't know which ones. They were not real clear about all that. And I got all the updates that they put on the website today. Okay. But, none of them explain any of that.
But point being is that some kind of action is happening in the Beaumont area. So if you're worried about, folks in that area, it does seem to appear that they are trying to get necessities there.
I'm a little worried because the Natchez River is out. Yeah. And the Sabine is out. You know, so there's water all over that country around. Every creek and bayou around there is out. So I wouldn't doubt but what we wake up in the morning and hear about more movement.
Yeah, there's a lot of movement. Even though the rain has stopped, there's a lot of movement going on in Houston in general. I've looked at some reports of the movement of inmates, from Brazoria County and
they've moved everybody along to Brazos. Yeah. They've moved over 6,000 inmates out of 5 or 6 units. I was told today 6 on the phone, but they didn't elucidate, and their update did not include a 6th unit. So I don't know if they're just missing the lick on that or what.
And so far they say the movement has been orderly. They haven't had any trouble so far.
Yeah, so far so good. And as a matter of fact, they're not complaining about security issues or anything.
None of that.
So
and that's been a concern. That's been a concern. It's happened in the past, but so far it seems that everything is running very smoothly this time.
Well, I think inmates and guards alike are probably everybody's trying to pull together. Everybody's families on both sides of the fence are suffering right now.
Right.
And the Vance unit, Jester 3, near Sugarland, were evacuated Monday night. 45 offenders were taken out of Terrell and Stringfellow and Ramsey units, all because of the rise in Brazos. Yeah. Everybody knows that you can't be anywhere near the Brazos when it starts flooding because that whole Brazos Valley goes.
And then afterwards, when it's all trying to get back into the Gulf. So this is a couple of days of shifting. This is going to be a long-term thing. Probably towards the end of the week, people will settle and we'll know where people are at.
I want to also mention there was a rumor going around about Harris County Jail.
Oh, yes.
About the jailers needing to be fed, which I called the jail directly. I tried the sheriff's office and the information line and all that stuff. So I ended up calling somebody at the jail directly, and I asked about it. And he said, no, it was a little touch and go over the weekend because a lot of people couldn't get in and things like that to work. The Buffalo Bayou was as wide as the Mississippi River. I looked at it myself. I guarantee you it was
didn't
as
look
wide
like a bayou.
as the Mississippi. Yeah. It was all the way up around Jones Hall. Yeah. Saturday morning when I walked down there. And that's blocks from where the bayou normally is. Big, long city blocks. Yeah. It was up almost all the steps to the
It looked like it had swallowed up parts of the city.
Yeah, there's photos of it. Yeah, on the Ship Channel side over on the east end, tons of it out there. Anyway, that's probably enough about that. They to the units where they've moved people, they brought in additional food and water. Guys, it's probably not the Taj Mahal. No. Of course, TDCJ never is. But I think from the reports we're getting, things must be going relatively smoothly given the hard circumstances.
People are surviving, and that's what we're trying to do right now.
Exactly. All right. Now, offenders' families can contact the 24-hour hotline that they've got going. And they have, one of them is a 936 number, naturally, 936-437-4927. 936-437-4927. Or if if that's long distance for you or you got issues and you want to just call the toll-free hotline, it's 1-844-476-1289. Again, 1-844-476-1289. And that's 24 hours a day. Families?
That's right.
Before you even think about going anywhere and seeing anybody or trying to visit or anything, call the unit first.
Yeah, there's just
And
so much action going on within
if-
the units and outside the units on the roadways. Just call.
Yeah, and I counted, there are 18 TDCJ offices absolutely closed, and
Okay.
one over in Orange, the DPO office. So, so they're running on a wing and a prayer too.
Yeah.
And it's a hard situation for everybody. Bear with them, folks. Bear with them, because they are trying to get people moved around, fed, water, etc. It's not going to be smooth, and it's not smooth out here.
Yeah, I mean, on the
Yeah.
outside, it's not smooth.
65,000 rescues,
Yeah.
and plus no telling how many they haven't counted.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, all those numbers aren't in
A couple
yet,
of
so.
100,000 homes damaged. My two little rent houses are both damaged, and so I feel bad for my renters, bless them. But anyway, TDCJ employees, because this affects inmates as well, there's a hotline for them, 1-888-387-4357. I know we have some TDCJ staff people that listen, and I want you to know we wish the best for your families too, just like we do for ours, just like we do for the inmates.
Yeah.
But, we don't want anybody to ever suffer. So 1-888-387-4357. I'm not going to go through the 18 dadgum offices, because there's a bunch of them,
Yeah.
But folks, use these numbers. If you've got any questions, use these numbers. You can call the ombudsman. That's the same numbers I just gave you. They're the 24-hour numbers. I would, if it's late at night, I would call the 800 number.
Yeah, that
844.
24/7 line.
Yeah. The other one I doubt is 24/7, but even though the posting they put up says it. Now, Geo Group, one of our favorites.
Yes.
Geo Group, which operates several facilities in the Storm's Path,
Yes.
has not responded to requests for comment when the press tried to approach them.
And that makes people nervous, doesn't it?
It does make people nervous. And they also, they had released 50 women and children out into whatever stranded situation at
They
a
were
bus
stranded
station.
at a bus station,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. And the buses were not running.
No.
Why would you even do that?
No.
I mean,
Can you imagine that situation? You go
but
from a
that's
detention
jail.
center.
They're in it for the money. Now, everybody thinks prison. Oh, everybody makes money off of prison. Well, that's
Yeah.
really not true. We lose a fortune every year.
Yeah.
They make a couple of $100 million, but they spend $1.4 billion or whatever now. So, at any rate, that, and I'm back around to the mail, so I guess I'm done with these announcements.
But again, use those if you have any questions. If you don't know where to start, please use those numbers before you start driving around trying to find family members, figuring out what units they're at or where they've gone to.
Yeah, let me give
please.
those out again.
Yeah, let's do that one
Here,
more time.
here, you do it.
Right, I think I got them here. Let's see.
Oh, you got them here.
The first one
Play the video, Hank.
In just a minute?
was 936-437-4927. All right, and if long distance is an issue, we've got the 844-476-1289.
Next time, put a little sultry in that. David always reminds us how a
He
guy
does.
likes to hear a woman's voice.
does.
And I agree with him.
He
It's
has his
true as
favorite
it can
story.
be.
He tells it all the time.
It's true.
He's laughing right now.
Well, anyway, fellas, and families, all of y'all, just buckle up for a minute. It's going to be a rough ride.
Yeah.
It's rough inside and out right now. So David's got something he wants to play for us here. And take her away.
I'm Brian Collier, Director of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, and I wanted to provide an update on activities related to Hurricane Harvey as it relates to our agency. We have evacuated 5 prisons. That's the Vance Unit, the Jester 3 Unit, the Ramsey 1 Unit, Stringfellow, as well as the Terrell Unit. Those offenders have been placed on other locations throughout the state. I believe 19 units have offenders from those locations. We have also evacuated a halfway house in Corpus Christi, a treatment facility in Victoria, a halfway house in Houston, Texas, Beaumont, Texas, as well as another treatment facility in Beaumont, Texas. Where we stand today is really, we have done the evacuations I believe that we would need to do. I don't anticipate that we'll have to do continued evacuations. We're assessing our property in the areas that we have evacuated to identify damage, and then we'll begin working on how we can make those repairs. For employees, what I want you to know, several things. One, I want to tell you thank you. We all have to persevere in an event like this, and I can't tell you how proud I am to be able to serve with employees who do the things that you do each and every day. We have many employees that work in this agency who may have been on a unit working throughout this storm who have significant personal property damage at home or may not have a home to go back to. We need to look at to see how we can take care of those employees. If you know those needs, if you are one of those individuals, call our employee hotline. That number is 1-888-387-4357. Call that number and tell them specifics about what kind of assistance you may need. Not only are we interested in trying to assist you, but there are outside entities that would also be available to try to assist TDCJ employees who have been impacted by the flood. We also have an ombudsman hotline, so offender families can contact the ombudsman hotline 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our goal is to try to ensure that we keep the offender population safe and at the same time ensure public safety throughout an event like this, and I feel like we're doing that, and we'll continue to do that throughout this storm.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Collier. Okay, so that about is going to have to wrap up our announcements this evening. We got Linda Pugh on the line. She's got yet another announcement, but it's a different sort. Miss Linda, how you doing?
Oh, just fine. How are y'all weathering this storm?
Well,
we're here. We're trucking along.
Yeah, the station remained high and dry in spite of a good roof leak that filled the bucket a few times, and I emptied it a couple of times. So, but
oh dear.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. This is a 100 and whatever year old building now, 103, 104 years old now.
Fared well with so many trillions of gallons of water.
Yeah. So
yeah, I see it on the national news up here in Oklahoma. And
you didn't even get a storm out of this?
No, we haven't gotten anything yet. We were supposed to get maybe a sprinkle or two, but that's about it.
Well, we had everything last week: solar eclipse, hurricanes, sunshine, snow is the next thing, I think. There was hail.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, I heard Mr. Collier's announcement, and I want to thank him for doing everything that he's done. Now, if he can just, after we ride this out, if he can just help us on the dental issue, that would really be appreciated. And
healthcare in general.
Yeah.
All of it.
And then I'm going to take these 200 and something letters that I've got of people that need medical, and now medical is writing me, telling me, well, that the fat content on the person is high enough that they don't need any teeth, that they're making it just fine. Well, their weight doesn't matter. You can drink so many milkshakes and get fat, but
no nutrition.
No nutritional benefit to it, and that's not the problem, and that's not what the court system says. And Mr. Collier can get things done, and I know that he can, and he does. And I'll be looking to him, and I have that information that I will be mailing out, but it was mailed from Houston. We got a condensed version of that order from the court that was won by an inmate, and wanted to pass that along. Whenever I get this condensed version, I will be mailing it out to all the people, but just make sure that you keep all copies of all your grievances and answer your grievances like you know that you're supposed to, because it will still have to go down the chain of command and follow all the rules and everything, and be ready to act when it's time to act, and see if we can't get this accomplished, because dental health is necessary regardless of what excuse they can come up with for not providing it. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to give that announcement to you.
The judge was clear enough.
It's on its way.
The judge was clear enough on that, wasn't he?
Yes, the judge was clear enough on it. And the judge thinks that teeth are necessary, although our head dentist in TDCJ wrote me a letter and told me that teeth were not necessary, but he doesn't want his pulled, of course. And I don't understand that. And the God that I serve didn't give us one set of teeth. He gave us two, so he thinks it's pretty necessary.
Proof right there. That's proof right there.
Our God did not give us a spirit of pulling teeth.
No, he didn't. But he did give us a small set when we're young, and then when we lose those, we get a permanent adult set. And I believe that he intended them to be, because I don't know of any mistakes that he made myself.
All right.
But evidently, Billy Hurst believes that.
Well, we can't solve that problem here tonight, and I want to thank you for making the announcement. And when will we see you again?
Probably within the month.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Probably within the month. I'm certainly glad that I'm here now, and my prayers are with all of you and with all the inmates and everyone that is affected by Harvey. And just want to say that I'm thinking about y'all, and when this is over, we'll attack the dental problem. But right now, we have to be concerned with just being there.
You want to tell folks how they can get a hold of you?
Yes, you can get a hold of me, the Inmate Assistance League, 1508 North Broadway, Poteau, and that's spelled Poteau, Oklahoma, 74953. And now that you've had time to locate your pencil, I'll give it to you again.
One more time.
That's right.
The Inmate Assistance League, 1508 North Broadway, Poteau, Poteau, Oklahoma, 74953. And I want to thank all of you for being there and being there for the prisoners so that they can listen and get information and know where everybody is.
Well, thank you, Miss Linda.
We appreciate you.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you soon,
very
hopefully.
Much.
All right, good night.
night.
Okay, now we've got Terri on the line. Terri LeClercq, how you doing?
Oh, Hank, I'm so glad to hear your voice and know that you're safe.
What a beautiful way to answer.
Yeah, thank you.
And that the radio station is above water.
Well, Lord, yeah, this whole house is up off the ground some, so you've been here, you know.
I'm just so happy to hear you guys. It breaks my, it makes me cry. Oh, I'm glad to hear from you. Well, so happy blub to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, Texas is already coming back strong, so.
My gosh, we've been working through the storm.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's dedication. It really is. It's people who care about people. I guess you heard about the Fifth Circuit that's allowed the Heat lawsuit to go forward as a class action. You talked about that. It's big stuff. It may eventually help ease some of the health problems that Linda was just talking about, not the G. They're not going to be able to air condition everything, but they're really going to have to look at people who have serious health issues. And that is really good news. And since there's so much bad news around right now, I kind of like to begin with that.
Well,
thank you for that.
If I'm not mistaken, that may allow for families of inmates that are now deceased due to the heat issues. It may allow them to step in as part of that, if I'm not reading it wrong.
Well, that's a criminal issue. That's over there, but that would maybe that'll allow them to be a class action. But this particular class action, this part of it that the Fifth Circuit ruled on, was that yes, they're legitimate enough. There are lots of ways that courts can find that the people in the lawsuit don't have similar this and similar that, and so they're able to dismiss it as a class action. Then they say you have to bring it up individually, and yet Brian and the Texas Civil Rights Project, they just prevailed, and they convinced the court that no, everything is similar enough that they can go forward as a group. It was a huge victory and a big step forward, I think, in the heat question in TDC. But all across the world, people are watching. terrible destruction of Harvey that you guys have been talking about. I'd like the KPFT listeners to know that we're all reading about in newspapers and magazines across the web stories about the TDC evacuations and the problems the prison system is trying to overcome. You already know the problems, of course, but we want you to know that we know that there are people everywhere who are watching and reading about you, and they all are worried and are concerned for you. Those of us in and around the prisons are especially alert. We're trying to stay on top of the news as best we can. Hank, you just gave out more news than I even knew there was. We try to share the information through, for instance, the Texas Inmate Family Association has a Facebook and web page. So those of you remind your loved ones, and then you loved ones, try to keep up with TIFA and read other families' reports. It's really good. Right now I'm reading on the TIFA page where you can find gas to get out to some units and whatnot, who can team up to go to these units. So it's really very useful. And you mentioned receiving whether the mail is working or not. I've received several letters this week from some inmates who've been evacuated. And they're sleeping on the concrete floors. They're eating Johnny's, or at Ferguson, and they're just attempting to eat in the food line. One wag wrote me that even the ants and the roaches won't eat any of the crumbs he brings back. They're so bad. And it may be true. I don't know.
It's not far off.
It could be bad. And apparently the ants really are bad, because, of course, that's what rain does, is bring ants in. Mm-hmm. But this is temporary. You've been through it before. You know the routine. You know the struggle, so take a deep breath. We don't want to learn about heart attacks and strokes caused by your tension. You are safe. You are dry. You have a temporary problem. Out here, all of us are sympathizing with you. Want you to keep your chin up, stay healthy, and communicate with your loved ones so they don't have heart attacks or worrying about you. I think that's just the end of that English teacher lecture. But I really feel serious about it because a lot of people are online hysterical because they don't know where people are and how they're doing. Mm-hmm. So stay in touch with everybody. I have another lecture I want to give you. This one's a good one. This is about floods. In the Torah, Methuselah's grandson Noah and his sons built an ark that took 120 years. Really. Then when Yahweh sent 40 days of floods to erase the wickedness, Noah and his family finally saw a raven and a dove. And the promise was, never again. So if you're Jewish, let us know if you see a dove flying by. In the Bible, in Genesis, after 40 days, they had 150 days of something called, the Bible calls, water triumph. And I think that's what we're seeing right now. It's not raining per se, but water is triumphing. Then they had another 150 days where the water receded. And then they had 7 days of waiting before God announced his covenant to never flood the whole earth again. Ditto on the dove in the Bible. So
wait, what if you're not Jewish?
No, if you're Jewish, there's a raven and a dove. If you're Christian, you got yourself a dove.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you're Christians, count on your fingers, 150, 157. But remember the promise and let us know about that dove. Okay. Finally, in the Quran, in Surah 11 and 71, they had not Noah, but they had Nuh, N-U-H, and he created the ark. And it's really interesting because I was back looking at all the ancient manuscripts today, preparing for this. That whole continent repeated this myth or the tale or the story of the Great Flood. And they're finding all kinds of archaeological remnants that basically beef up that story. Mm-hmm. So they all end with a promise. And I'm not sure how many of you are old enough to remember the early Bill Cosby routines.
I don't think you can say those on the air.
Well, one of his best was about Noah. Noah didn't want to bang away for 120 years for an ark that everybody was laughing at. He was, according to Bill Cosby, a backslider. Then one day he heard this deep, deep voice out of the sky. I'm not going to be able to get it right, but Noah.
Oh.
And Noah squeaked back, yes, Lord. And after a bit of one-on-one with the Lord, old Noah remembered his orders, and he kept banging away. And that, my friends, is all of us. Remember the promise and keep on keeping on. Don't let this get to you. Bang on. Now, you can write to me about your recent experiences or about your understanding of prophecy. I'm good for it all. As long as you're polite, I'm happy to read and think about your ideas. Or if you want to forget about the water thing altogether and just read a good book, you can write to me about that too. If you write to me, you're automatically in the KPFT book club. So, pencil ready. You can write to Dr. Terri, Terri, LeClercq, LE, capital CLERCQ, 727 East 26th Street in Austin, 78705. That's 727 East 26th Street, Austin, 78705. Now, one real quick word about grievances. I keep hearing the libraries still don't have the offender handbook. Since it's given to everyone at intake, why don't they keep copies? So please, TDC officials who are listening, once this crisis is over, you found out if you still have a house.
And boys, if you've got your copies, share it.
Right. Please check and see what's happened to the offender handbooks, and we all thank you much. Okay, real brief shout out to Samuel Kennedy at Wynn. Glad to hear your tension level has gone down. Stay positive. Curtis Dyson at Polinsky, I hope your health is better, and if not, talk to Linda Pugh. I've lost track of my old friend Clyde Kane in Pack 1. If any of you find him lying on the concrete floor somewhere, let him know I'm thinking about him. Now, I'm off to the Midwest law professors to talk about prison conditions. Then I'm going over to Vegas to meet with all of the Pure state presidents. They've read my grievance novel and want to chat about it. Hank, I know you have a lot of other people with a lot of news, so I'll stop. But here's my address again, 727 East 26th Street, Austin, 78705. Okay, guys, stay healthy. And remember, like Noah, keep on keeping on.
Yeah, don't let anything drown your spirits.
Yeah, thanks, Terri. Thanks for the lectures, too. We needed them.
Thank you. Thank you, Terri. I hope we'll see you in Jack soon.
You guys are safe. Good night.
All right, bye-bye.
So who we got next?
Well, we've got Doug Smith on the line.
Well, hi there, Doug.
Well, it's great to hear both your voices. I'm so glad that you weathered the storm and that y'all are on the air tonight.
Shoot, ain't nothing going to keep a good Texan down. Boy or girl.
We've got paddle boats. We've got everything we need. We're good.
That's the truth. Well, I am just thrilled to hear y'all, and I was glad to get David's text this morning that it's my turn to go on, and just love talking to y'all.
Well, it was just a little weather, so carry on.
Just a little weather. Well, I just want to just say that I'm thinking about all you guys, particularly the men and women who had to be displaced. You know, I just know how that feels. I used to put off medical care during my years incarcerated just because I had this irrational fear that they were going to put me on the bus and forget to drop me back off at my unit, and I'd just keep on riding around the Bluebird all around the state. So I know how it feels to be displaced. I know how unsettling that is. You know, you live a life of uncertainty. You want a little bit of certainty. You want to have your books around you. You want to have your property, and just want to be around the people that you're doing time with. And that's not the case right now, and that's going to change. And just want everyone to know that we're thinking about them. So how about an update about bills that are going into effect?
Please do.
As of today.
Yeah.
Great. Well, it was a tough session, and I know I'm always calling to talk about legislation, but that is kind of what we do at Texas Criminal Justice Coalition. And September 1st was the effective date of a number of pieces of legislation. So despite the uphill battle that we had to fight on a whole bunch of issues, we did have some successes. And Senate Bill 1584 went into effect as of today, and we've been prepping for that all summer long. What that basically says is for people on probation that the court has to review a risk and needs assessment, a validated risk and needs assessment, in order to determine what exactly that individual needs, what conditions would best meet that person's needs.
Yeah,
right now,
they're loud out there. We can hear them in here.
Pardon me?
I'm trying to tell the folks out there to quiet down a little in the control room. We can hear them in here.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll speak up too.
Thank you.
Sure. Well, so what that basically means is a lot of people get cookie-cutter probation conditions, and sometimes you'll get up to like 36 or more conditions of probation without anyone really considering, are you a low-risk individual? And in order to kind of drive down the relocation rates, as everyone knows, about 1/3 of people who go into TDCJ every year are people there for probation revocations, and more than half of them are not even new offenses. It's just not able to meet the conditions of probation. So this is an attempt to minimize conditions of probation, take into account what people can afford to pay, and not put something on their back that they can't carry. One of the great pieces of 1584 is that it makes it so a court can't send someone to a safety without first reviewing their risk and needs assessment to see whether that person actually needs a safety. A lot of small towns, a lot of urban areas too, courts will actually just send someone to safety as a plea agreement, and come to find out that person doesn't really have a substance use issue. Safeties are people who have high risk due to substance use issues. So we're excited to see that. We'd like to see the incarceration rate come down. We'd like to see people getting probation conditions that they can actually manage. A few other bills that are going into effect today. We've got House Bill 351. Now, this originally dealt with just fees and fines at like the Class C level, and it does some pretty marvelous things. It makes it so a court has to determine whether a person can actually afford to pay a fine before putting a Class C fine on someone, and if they can't, providing them some other way of dealing with that particular fine. What it also does is it makes it so a court can't issue a warrant on someone for failure to pay without going through some reasonable efforts to contact that individual and give them a warning. But at the end of session, they added on some important provisions to House Bill 351. They changed the property offense penalty thresholds for forgery. Right now, forgery of a financial instrument, which is basically signing your name to someone else's check, is a state jail felony, whether that check was $50 or whether that check was $2,500. And what this provision will do is make it so the offense level for forgery will be the amount of money that individual actually stole. So if it's a $50 check, then that'll end up being a Class C misdemeanor. It's going to take a whole bunch of people out of our prison system and have them dealt with at the county level. And House Bill 288, one of my favorite, this was Representative Romero, who's becoming more and more of an advocate for people who are trying to do their time and put that past behind them. And what he became concerned that people weren't hearing about their individualized treatment plan. And if a lot of people like myself included didn't even know about what was actually on the IDP until they got before an institutional parole officer. I found out on my third parole review what exactly was on my ITP. So what he is asking TDCJ to do in House Bill 2888 is to inform people of what's on the individualized treatment plan and to make reasonable efforts to connect people with the programs they need, including substance use services, prior to the parole review, so people can do something to mitigate the factors that might make it hard for them to be successful out in the world. And another bill that we're proud of, House Bill 3130, creates a pilot program to divert people out of the state jails. We talk a lot about state jails. A lot of people doing time right now in the prison system made their first stop on that journey at the state jail. And as you well know, people who go to state jail are about close to 70%. There's close to 70% likelihood that they're going to be rearrested again. There's very little services. Even the services there are, people don't finish them, and they go out usually to the same circumstances. We've been visiting homeless shelters over the interim and realizing that a lot of private state jails are just dropping people off in front of homeless shelters. So basically they're sending people to state jail and dropping them right off to homelessness. In some cases, they're meeting them at the homeless shelter, people out on the street, meeting them and introducing them to K2 and all manner of things that are going to send them right back down the same road that they came in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this pilot is going to actually make it so, kind of restore state jails to the model that was intended. To the extent that there's any time served at all, the time would be limited to about 90 days, and then another 90 days would be in a vocational cognitive behavioral program, and then another 90 days in some sort of post-release reentry supervision. And none of this is off the ground. It's just been authorized at this point. So we're hoping some local areas will begin to initiate some pilots.
Got about 2 minutes.
Okay. Well, those are kind of the highlights of the bills that are going into effect right now. There's a whole bunch of other bills to talk about, but those are kind of the main ones that were on our radar during the legislative session.
Yeah.
And so we're kind of gearing up for the looking at the interim, beginning to prepare for 2019. And so we are, we've been looking for the last, I'd say for about the last 4 years at lowering penalties for possession of a controlled substance. And we'd like to do more substantial state jail reform. So not only lower penalties for possession of controlled substance, but also completely change the model of state jails so that people aren't just cycling in and out of the system.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're monitoring a lot of things right now. And so that's been quite a bit of information tonight. We thank you for that.
How can folks get a hold of you? All right, one more time slowly so that the guys that just grabbed their pencil and paper.
1714 Fort View Road, Suite 104, Austin, Texas 78704.
Doug Smith, man, thank you for coming on. Thank you for always being on top of these issues. And thank you for getting prepared now for the next session.
Yeah.
Because I know to get anything done, you've got to be well prepared in advance.
2019 started in about May.
Yep. All right. Thank you so much. We'll have you on again in rotation here.
All right. Look forward to it. Y'all take care.
All right. Thank you. All right. Now we've got Miss Pat in here with news from death row.
Howdy.
How you doing?
I'm dried out by now after being stuck on that 59.
Oh, that's true.
Here, right?
I forgot about that.
What should have taken an hour and a half took 3 hours, thanks to people.
But you're here with us tonight, so thank you.
Thank you for being here. Greetings to everybody on death row. It's going to be a little different today because I don't, things are a little bit different. Karen is with me, Karen from the Netherlands, who's visiting Davila, and she has something to read right off the bat.
Yeah, it's something I got from the hotel because the guys on death row, they say they collect some money, and it was brought to the hotel for the evacuees. And I want to read.
So that's inmates on death row
Yeah.
supporting people out here trapped in the flood situation.
That's right.
And helping even from death row.
Yeah, that's right.
Those
Thank you,
big
guys.
bad guys.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, they
Thank
did.
you. God bless y'all.
And the management of La Quinta Inn, where we were staying, they really appreciate it, and they wrote a letter, especially for them. So that's what I want to read. So, this is from the management. I want to start by saying that I'm really amazed that the Polanski unit prisoners from death row have been able to what the prisoners from death row have been able to accomplish. I would like to extend our deepest appreciation to everyone who took monies from their personal commissary to assist in purchasing supplies, to the SE Texas evacuees that are staying at La Quinta Inn and Suites Livingston, Texas. The compassion that you guys have shown has touched our hearts, knowing that you guys have friends and family that have been affected by Harvey and the flooding, and that you have taken money out of your own pockets to help others means the world to our guests, hotel staff and management. We send our most sincere appreciation and hope that you know how much your gesture means to all of us.
Amazing. Amazing. Guys, thank you. That speaks volumes, and it speaks to why we have to end the death penalty.
Well, exactly, and it speaks to these guys. You know, this is not the first time they've stepped up. Several of the guys during Christmas gave some stuff to a homeless young man who needed some help. Mm-hmm. And then Juan Castillo has given books to one of the homeless men. So this really says a lot about our guys, and we really appreciate it. And thanks, Karen. I also want to give thanks to the Best Western, where I was holed up for 6 days in the rain and the water. And I want to give thanks to the management, Sue, Chris, and Mike. Y'all went above and beyond. I don't know the name of the church that brought us in food, but I appreciate it very much. And for all the Europeans, you might consider staying either at the Best Western or the La Quinta, because they were so incredibly nice during this flood. The big news for death row is Juan Castillo got a withdrawal. It doesn't matter what you read in the press, people. The withdrawal is a good withdrawal, and he's got it. December the 14th is his new date. So everyone should congratulate Juan. I know he was a little nervous, but it makes no difference now what the press is saying. The thing is, 3 more months, the attorneys have to work on it. But unfortunately, the schedule still stands. Robert Pruitt, October the 12th. Anthony Shore, October the 18th. Clinton Young, October the 26th. Ruben Cardenas, November the 8th. Larry Swearingen, November the 16th. Juan Castillo will be December the 14th. And William Rayford will be January the 30th. I want to apologize ahead of time. I have no rulings. The source that I got rulings from has dried up for right now. And I want to apologize to the guys, because I know that it hurts the guys more than it hurts us when there's no rulings coming out. I was able to get rulings from the Supreme Court. All the petitions stayed the same. They added Stephen Long on the conference for September the 25th, and the conference just came out for the October the 30th, and Carlos Estes is added. In the news, I know Hank and them have already talked about the mail. I have gotten mail at my house, and I have gotten mail at the post office box, so I know some is coming in and out. I'd imagine it's sporadic. Yeah. Polunsky Death Row, or Polunsky itself, we know has 500 more people there. So have a little patience, guys, and have a little patience of free world people. The mail will come out. Obviously, 59 is open, so the mail truck will be coming down.
That just opened up last night, didn't it?
Yeah.
After I came through.
Thank you for opening.
They didn't open doors for you.
I don't do woods well, okay? I'm going to tell everyone. I don't do woods up in
anything off the 59 is woods.
To me, it is, and when I'm alone, and especially after I've been told it's open. Just go ahead on, Pat.
Oh, yeah.
I don't do it well.
Bless your heart.
The mail will come, so don't worry about it, guys. I know you're holed up in there. I know you're on a quasi-lockdown because of the guards not showing up. So just have a little patience. Ron Carlson died. For those who do not know Ron Carlson, he was a comrade in arms with us in the Journey of Hope. It was his sister who was killed during the Carla Faye Tucker fiasco, and Ron found it in his heart to forgive Carla Faye, and he worked with the Journey of Hope for years and years. He was in a bad accident several months ago, and a lung had collapsed, and it didn't get any better. So our condolences go out to Ron's family. Our condolences go out to Dave Atwood, because he's very close friends with Ron. The Journey of Hope that is coming into Texas in October will be dedicated to Juan, and it rightfully should. And Dave and I will have more information when the Journey of Hope gets closer. Billy Joel Tracy, the trial has started, but TDC in the state of Texas has taken on this bizarre attitude. He is being housed at the Telford unit. That's where
Is
everything.
there an explanation of any sort? Or?
No, they didn't give one publicly.
Okay.
But Billy, watch your back, and everybody around watch your back. I mean, this is the oddest thing. There's no special session, and I noticed the Doug probably said that Abbott has decided there needs to be no special session for the hurricane, so they're going to meet in January of 19. I understand there was a third explosion at the plant today.
And there are 6 more waiting to go, and there's nothing they're going to do, nothing they really can do, unless they want to risk somebody driving in there and pulling those things out.
Well, maybe the president of that company can.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
I've got friends. That's over in Crosby, Texas.
Yeah, it's over in Crosby.
I've got friends that live over
and
there.
it affects the working class people who live around those plants and make their living off of those plants.
And the company refused to say that any of the organic chemical were toxic, even though they said, "Oh well, it's noxious."
You'll get a tickle in your throat.
Yeah,
it was kind of what we got.
Yeah.
It was a pop.
Yeah, it was.
We know what a pop is, guys, don't we?
Well, you know what it is those things are not as big as the 40-foot trailers they're put in, so they explode inside, and the trailer sort of self-contains it, the refrigerator trailers.
Yeah.
But the refrigeration is going out on all of them.
Yeah.
So
we're just waiting.
Yeah, we're
toxic
just waiting.
is toxic, y'all.
Yeah.
The commissary, I have been assured that the commissary will get to the guys before the lockdown. I understand the lockdown is scheduled on the 4th. The big trucks are coming in, but this is food to feed people because they had problems coming in from Huntsville.
Mm-hmm.
But the commissary is supposed to go forward. I'll be back up there early next week. I'll check into it. The people that are having problems on APOD is with getting the radio in and out. It's been spoken to. I want to close with a poem. The poem's by Juan Castillo. It's called Holding On. And he held on. The odds are about 100 to 1. Holding on to hope as small as a crumb. Nowhere to run. Counting down the days. Just dwell on this punishment that you face. Guilty or not, does anyone deserve this? Paying dues. This defeats the purpose. It betrays life, expendable, worthless. You know where the church is. Go pray for your people. People of the world, created equal. Imagine those who are innocent. No paid lawyer because they're indigent. Who's there to overturn their case? Glitch in the system. United States. Congratulations, Juan. We're all behind you. Amen. Guys, hang in there. I'll see you next week.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat. Wow. All right, so we got Daniel Mancini in here. He's back from Italy, Spain, Portugal, parts unknown. Wherever the heck he is. Oh, Italy, everything else.
And North Houston.
And North Houston. And he made it back across the bow.
That is a travel these days.
Yeah.
And they just came from West Houston when I was helping some friends. So that is bad. West is pretty bad.
Yeah, it's bad out there.
Bueno, ánimo. Ánimo a todos. Ánimo, ánimo. Esta es la palabra, estoy aquí, he vuelto aquí. Esta vez estamos juntos con Jessica y Jessica. Guerra está por ahí en algún sitio.
She's here somewhere.
Sí, estamos aquí. Así que ánimo a todos. Tenemos solo 5 minutos esta noche porque como veis estamos aquí, somos una docena. Igual que los huevos. Una caja. Estamos aquí como 12 huevos. Like the eggs. Where are a dozen now?
Yes.
In between having
Slow down. You're talking fast as a Cuban.
Es que you gave me only 4 minutes and 35 seconds.
I'm about to take part of that too.
A ver, entonces, ánimo. A ver, una cosa importante. Los teléfonos, que no los has dicho en español, Jessica. Aquí los voy a decir. Si tenéis que ir a la cárcel a visitar a cualquier amigo, persona, enemigo, lo que sea, y tenéis que ir a la cárcel, llamar a este número antes de coger el carro y llegar hasta allí, porque a lo mejor están cerradas. El número es 936 437 4927. Ahora le voy a volver a repetir, está abierto 24 horas, tendrían que llamar siempre, os lo vuelvo a dar, 936 437 4927. Y a vosotros que llamáis tal vez desde México, Honduras, Salvador, Guatemala y después desde Europa también, este es el número internacional. El 1 antes, porque somos USA, así que el 1. Y después 844 476 1289. Este es el número internacional para llamar para saber si podéis visitar o no la gente que está en la cárcel. Le vuelvo a repetir el número internacional con el 1 delante. 844 476 1289. Hank, por favor, no hagas gestos así de que dices que huele mal aquí o qué. ¿Cuánta gente hay aquí?
Me pluma, es un problema.
Ay. Bueno, esto parece algo, ¿eh? Aquí tanta gente apretada así, en una habitación tan pequeña. Sí. A ver, nos han dicho 55.000 personas evacuadas en la ciudad y en los alrededores. Así que lo tenemos difícil un poco todos, apretar un poquito en esta situación, aguantar un poquito, pero la gente se está preocupando de todo. Han dado varias noticias aquí, una de las más importantes, la más importante en absoluto, que me ha parecido a mí personalmente, Jessica, dime si lo crees tú también, es el haber recaudado dinero, un grupo especial ha recaudado dinero para los necesitados en Houston. Ese grupo especial son los prisioneros del corredor de la muerte en Polinsky Unit, si no me equivoco, de verdad. Ellos han recaudado dinero para darse a los necesitados de Houston.
Eso es muy impresionante para mí, ¿sabes?
Kudos a todos.
Big time, yes.
Una cosa increíble, una cosa de escalofriante. Lo voy a repetir, repítelo güera en inglés para que lo entienda todo el mundo que nos está escuchando allí. Lo que ha pasado con el dinero recaudado en la Polinsky Unit del Death Row.
Okay, well, todos los prisioneros, ¿verdad? De Death Row en la Polinsky Unit, ellos juntaron dinero para poder ayudar a las víctimas que estaban en necesidad, ¿verdad? Por respecto de lo que pasó aquí en Houston, que todos sabemos lo que pasó, que fue una cosa muy fuerte. A mí, yo de verdad me quedo impresionada. No pensé que yo había escuchado mal, porque dije, ¿cómo ellos van a hacer algo para alguien acá afuera, verdad?
Yeah. I have to go and double check with Dave there.
I didn't believe it. I thought I maybe heard wrong.
Jessica, can you translate in Japanese or Chinese? I mean, everybody has to know about this.
No, this is something that we really need to spread about. You know, the fact that, these individuals that we feel don't have much, and they scrounged around whatever they could to help others in need.
Right.
And that's very impressive, and I think it just shows how here in Houston everybody came together. Even our inmate population, so let's not forget
even death
or overshadow.
row.
Yes,
Right.
death row.
And they're like, everybody looks down on them because of the situation of where they're at, but I mean, they did something amazing.
Bueno, con esto os queríamos saludar a todos vosotros de Death Row. Os hemos querido dedicar estos segundos para saludaros a todos con este gracias. Muchísimas gracias. Esto es un abrazo que os damos a todos vosotros que estáis allí. Os saludo con una dirección también está importante por si tenéis problemas médicos, escribirlo, que si os duele un diente, una hernia, cualquier parte del cuerpo, escribir a Linda Pugh. Esta es la dirección, os saludo con esta dirección, la voy a repetir 2 veces, escribirla. 1508 North Broadway. North como el norte, Broadway como Broadway, B-R-O-A-D-W-A-Y, North Broadway. En el pueblo se llama Poteau, P-O-T-E-A-U, Poteau, Oklahoma. Zip code 74953. Les repito, North Broadway 1508. En el pueblo se llama Poteau, en Oklahoma. Zip code 74953.
Thank you, Daniel, so much. We appreciate everything you do.
Well, yeah, thank you so much for our Spanish-speaking brothers.
Yeah.
Because this would never happen without you guys coming in here and speaking in Spanish and summarizing everything, bringing the reports that are...
making us feel like we are, in fact, giving this information to everyone.
To everyone,
in the unit.
yeah.
Right, that's fair. Everybody's getting access to that information.
If we've got somebody that speaks Chinese out there, or Japanese, and
We'll
wants to
take you.
come in and help,
We'll take you.
we can give you a little help, or we can use a little help in here with that. Come on.
Okay.
Thanks for reading that. That was,
people on Facebook like this. more
So
time.
we are going to.
Yeah. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. I was hitting hold on.
Blisters on my mind and hand. Work all day, making up nickel bags. Driving me wild. I feel happy like a newborn child. Now when my time is up, we wait and see. Walls and bars won't keep that stuff from me.
KPFT's evolution continues with improvements to our schedule. By consolidating our award-winning music programs into an afternoon and evening drive time daily strip, we hope that listeners will more easily find the type of programs they are looking for and help us build a wider and larger audience for KPFT's volunteer-produced community radio format. Rourke returns to Wide Open Spaces weekdays, 9 a.m. to noon. Noon to 2 p.m. features Americana from our music experts and enthusiasts, with a diverse listenable backdrop for your workday. Catch Democracy Now! At 2 p.m., followed by an hour of interesting, local, politically engaged dialogue. Then kick back as you drive home from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. with music from our top DJs. From Clint Broussard's Blues and Hi-Fi on Mondays to Susan Darrow's Mellow Mix from Border Radio on Thursdays, with stops around the world in between. KPFT Houston. Join Discovery Green.
Want to come back from this cart at KPFT Houston.
11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Acceptable items include rinsed and drained plastic containers marked with the numbers 1 through 5 or the number 7. Aluminum, tin, steel, and empty aerosol cans. Dry paper, corrugated cardboard flattened to 3 feet on each side. All types of glass with metal lids removed. Please note, glass items must be separated from plastic, paper, and cardboard items before recycling. For more information on Recycling Saturdays and other weekly events at Discovery Green, visit discoverygreen.com. KPFT Houston.
All right, welcome back. This is KPFT Houston, and we're going to start off with a list of closures, non-visits.
Right, there's some units that will not be conducting visitation. By the way, I'm Danielle. Hi,
yes,
guys.
This is Danielle with me.
Okay, but of course, if you're not on these units, remember to call the unit before you make the trek out there. The units that will not be conducting visitation this weekend, the Henley unit, the Hightower unit, Jester 1, 3, and 4, the Larry Just Unit, LeBlanc Unit, Plain State Jail, Ramsey Unit, Stiles Unit, Stringfellow Unit, Terrell Unit, Vance Unit, Wayne Scott Unit. So again, just make sure you call before, if your unit wasn't listed, just make sure you call. And of course, be careful, drive safely.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Danielle. All right, and I'm going to switch on over here to Weta or Jessica. We still haven't come up with a for sure name.
Right. And I think for me, everybody really just knows me as Weta. So if that's okay with everybody, I'm just going to stick with that.
Okay, we've made a decision now.
Yeah. Okay, well, muy buenas noches. Le habla Weta y aquí del Prison Show. Me gustaría tomar este tiempo para dar saludos a unos amigos que me han mandado unas cartas. Ya saben que la última semana no estuve aquí, pero aquí estoy y les quiero dar gracias por escribirnos. Y primero me gustaría darle las gracias al señor Adrián Ríos. Muchísimas gracias. Está en el Darrington Unit. Y también al señor Abel Ochoa. Y él está en el Polinsky Unit. Muchísimas gracias por tu carta. Y bendiciones a usted también. Y Frankie Garza, que él está en el Win Unit. Y también me gustaría darle gracias por su carta. Sus cartas, porque me escribió más de una carta. Y gracias por su carta. Y yo le voy a contestar el respeto de lo que usted me habló, porque si era un poco fuerte, me gustaría tomar el momento más tarde con más tiempo para responderle el respeto del abuso que está pasando en esta uneta, que es la misma uneta donde está mi hermano.
Okay.
So we'll talk maybe later about that or in some other time.
Yeah.
But muchísimas gracias, señor Garza. Y también él le quiere mandar un shout out a la prisión de las mujeres, a una persona que su nombre es Melissa Mendoza. Él le manda muchos saludos a Melissa Mendoza. So, muchísimas gracias a todos y gracias por el tiempo.
Thank you so much, Weta. All right, so now it's time to move on to our callers. Our first caller is Guadalupe from Mexico City. Guadalupe, you are on air.
Sí, gracias. Buenas noches. Saludos para todas las personas que trabajan en este show. Muchas gracias por el trabajo que hacen ustedes. Y saludos para Jan Ramírez de Pulaski. Hola amigo, te mando muchos saludos y abrazos de aquí de México. Esperando que te encuentres bien. Pues son mis mejores deseos. La situación pues del huracán, yo sé que está tremenda, ¿verdad? Y ustedes están en el lockdown, pero todo va a pasar rápido, mijo, no se preocupe, todo va a salir bien. Así que usted échele ganas y siga orando, siga manteniendo su fe en el Señor. Es el único que puede hacer algo por usted y por nosotros. Así que usted adelante, mijo. El niño no se preocupe. El niño está bien, ya está el middle school. No he podido hablar con él, ya le he mandado varios mensajes, pero no me ha contestado. Era para preguntarle que cómo le fue la escuela y que haga su homework, ¿verdad? Para que esté al tanto de él, pero no me ha contestado. Más a ratito voy a ver si ya me contestó el mensaje que le acabo de mandar en la tarde. Y aquí pues Melissa estudiando con los niños también, echándole ganas, porque Vivi no se sabe las matemáticas y le está enseñando. Y pues te mando saludos todos, Sergio, Jovita, ya sabes, hijo, esperando a ver, ¿verdad? Para que vayan a visitar, pero te preocupes, tú adelante, hijo, mantén tu fe, que pronto van a llevar al niño. Aquí te paso a Melissa, para que te salude, hijo, ¿sí? Cuídate, mijo.
Hola, Karen, espero que estés bien esta semana. Espero que no hayan tenido problemas por las inundaciones. Son nuestros mejores deseos que todos los ustedes estén bien. Te queremos mucho, te extrañamos. Los niños están bien, te están mandando saludos. Me vamos a mandar un paquete con fotos. Esperemos verte pronto. Gracias. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. All right, moving on to our next one here.
Okay, Tierra from Beaumont, you're on the air.
Okay, hi. Can you hear me okay?
Sure. Oh, yes, we can hear you. Great.
Okay, great. Hello, Blaine Milam. This is your girl, Tierra. I wanted to let you know what's going on. I'm in Alexandria, Louisiana right now with family. I'm okay, so don't worry. I did put in a request earlier this week for a visitation with you tomorrow. Obviously, since I'm in Alexandria, Louisiana, I'm not going to be able to go. Your mom might go. Don't get your hopes up on that, though. I asked her, and she kind of said she wasn't really sure if she'd be able to go. So I don't know. But your mom's okay, though. I don't know when I will be able to get back up there to visit. Hopefully it'll be soon. Be patient with me. Okay, I know you understand there's a lot going on right now. Momo is praying for you, and Jerry said to tell you hi. I still loved my surprise very much, and I hope you got my JPay. Feel free to write me back, because like I said, I don't know when I'll be able to visit. Hopefully it'll be soon. That's definitely one of the things, I want to do. I miss you very much, and I hope to see you soon, big guy. And, just keep your head up, and just pray for us out here. We're praying for you. Momo said she's praying for you, too. So we love you, and take care, big guy. See you soon. All right, thank you, Prison Show staff. Bye-bye.
Oh, thank you so much, sweetie.
Bye.
All right, we're moving on to Janie from Houston. Janie, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm here.
We're ready to hear you, hon.
Okay, this goes out to my husband at the Polanski unit. Just calling you to tell you that we're all okay. I talked to your grandma and everything, and everybody's fine and everything, and it's been, she was okay. Nothing happened or anything. I've been writing you every day, but I don't know if you've been getting the JPays or not. I know they had, inmates who were evacuated to other units and so forth, so I don't know if you're getting your mail, but I haven't gotten anything because of all the weather and everything, but I'm okay. We lost everything, though. The landlord's rebuilding and everything, and so like about 4 feet of water inside the house and all that, so everything I had was lost except your stuff. That's the only thing that made it through, and a couple of my stuff, but other than that, I just have to restart all over again. I'm actually staying in a motel right now. As of yesterday, we still had water at the house, so staying in a motel until they can rebuild, and then I'll be able to go back home and all that. But other than that, we're good. I was stuck with the boys at the group home for a couple of days, and it got pretty ugly at some times, but, we made it through and all. So I just wanted to let you know, everybody else was good. Nobody else had any damage but me. But I just wanted to let you know that we're okay, and, I'll keep writing you and everything, and hopefully I'll get some letters from you soon. And happy belated anniversary. But I love you, and I'll call you next week. Thank you.
Thanks, Jenny. Glad to hear you're safe.
Bye.
Okay, Bella from North Carolina, you're on the air.
Thank you. Hey, Jedediah. Hey, baby, I love you and miss you. And I just got home a little while ago, but I didn't see Ollie, North, or Squeaky, so I guess they've already gone to bed before I got here. The girls are doing good, and I am too. And mostly I wanted to call in and tell you happy birthday. I hope it's been an awesome day, baby. I love you. Take care and stay safe for me, and I will see you soon. I love you, Jedediah. Night, night, and sweet dreams. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, Judy in Florida.
Good evening, everybody. I am calling for date night with Rodney Reed. Hope you're doing okay, and I can't wait to hear from you. I've sent JPays like I normally do, so hopefully you're getting those. If not, I'm sure they'll catch up. Went to see UT play volleyball tonight. They won earlier, but lost tonight in 3. They're pretty good, but it'll be a growing year for them. They're still pretty young. All is good here. Kids wanted me to tell you thank you so much for the birthday card. That was nice. And they really appreciated that you were thinking of them. 3 days off and so excited. Charlie's going to the groomer tomorrow, and my car is going in for an oil change and checkup. So Aaron's tomorrow. Florida State plays tomorrow night against Alabama in football. So excited the football season is back on. And I know you're going to be excited too, because your Houston team will be playing soon. Not sure of any other updates. I'm sure as soon as I get done and hang up, I'll remember all those other things that I wanted to tell you. I'll put that in the next JPay, though. I just want to say we're good. I hope you are okay. I love you and miss you. Sending you hugs and kisses. Stay strong, keep the faith, continue to hope and dream. The dreams are alive and well. Thinking of you and praying for you. 560-66. Good night and sweet, sweet dreams. Love you. Good night, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Becky from Brownsville, you're on the air.
Hi, leaders at Lunch Unit. Hey, John. Hope you're doing good and God's find you in the best of spirits. We're doing good. Te mandé un JP cuando fue the beginning of the week y también te mandamos una letter yesterday, yo Easy, y con un picture y te voy a pasar a Easy para que te pueda saludar y luego a Gerardito.
Hi, John. I miss you. I love you and all that. I already wrote you a letter. So, I already started school, have 9 periods. I'm in choir. It's all nice. It's cool. It's kind of hard to make friends here also. That's the worst thing. So, I hope you get my letter. I hope you write me back. And, yeah, all that. Jerry's going to talk to you and tell you something. Hi, John. I love you. I miss you.
And hope to go see you soon. Hopefully, no te puedo guarantee si este mes, pero we're going to go see you ya cuando se ponga mejor, y write us back and que te bendiga Dios, okay? Te queremos mucho. Bye.
All right, thank you, Becky. And moving on to Nancy in Sulphur Springs.
Oh, thank you so very much.
Oh, thank you.
Hello, Daniel. This is Mom, and I love you with all my heart, and I'm so glad to be giving you this shout-out tonight. All of the family is doing good so far as I know, and I know I'm doing really good, and hope that you are doing just that good the same as I. And I'm here sitting at the kitchen table, and Dobie's over in the floor asleep in the living room, and everything is, I'm looking forward to, hopefully when I go to Doug's birthday party on the 24th, he'll be 15 years old on the 24th of this month, and I'm hoping that the next day on the 25th, Sherry and I get to come to see you because we sure do want to. Maybe the weather will be better down that way for everybody, and we will make a safe trip there and back. And I'm just thankful to the Lord for all of His blessings, and I am very sorry for the people who have lost so much down around Houston in that area. And I'll let you go for tonight, and I will talk to you next time. And I have written you several letters this week, Daniel, like 3, I think. And I haven't gotten one from you since you wrote to me on the 23rd of August. But I think it's just all because of, the way things have been with the weather and all down that way. But I sure do hope I get a letter from you tomorrow, and you keep writing to me real soon and often, and so will I you, and I will talk to you next time, and I love you with all my heart. Keep me in your prayers, and I'm keeping you in mind. And good night for now, Daniel, and thank y'all, everybody on KPFT, and I hope y'all have a blessed night and a blessed week, and God's good to us.
Thanks, Nancy.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Lydia from McAllen, you're on the air.
Yes, hi, good evening. Hello, Papacito. We're fine here in the valley. I'm doing better. Amanda is fine up in Houston. She did not get any water into her apartment, so they're fine. They're doing good up there. And I sent you a JP. I think it was Wednesday or early Thursday, but I think it was Wednesday, okay? And I haven't sent any more pictures since I don't want them to get lost or wet in the mail. but I will hear. I had sent you 2 big envelopes the week before, so hopefully you received those. I spoke with Jamila this morning, and she was able to schedule for October also. So I talked to her this morning, early in the morning. And AJ is over at Tia Patty's. He's going to spend the weekend here. And we're doing fine, Puppy. All of us are fine. I don't know yet when I'll be up, but it's not this coming week.
Thanks, Lydia. Thank you so much. All right, going on to, thank you. Going on to May in Florida.
You gotta do it the old way.
Hi, this is for my grandson, John Henry Ramirez.
All right, over in Pulaski, right?
He didn't know any
Yes,
better.
ma'am.
Okay.
So we lost audio for a good while.
Oh, Bob?
Yeah, Bob did.
For John Henry Ramirez.
What'd he
This
do?
is Grandma.
This
Hijo,
is the
we're all
best thing I
fine,
can do for the
thank God.
phones right now.
And
He didn't know
remember,
that.
this is the
So
city
he
of
pulled the
Christ.
headphones off.
Thank God
Some people
for
started
this
complaining there was
bullet
no audio.
report. And it's so sad.
Okay, Leslie, I'm going to put you on hold.
Bad
with
Bob.
this, okay?
Galveston and Beaumont and so on. That God to be with them and bless all of them and bless
No
you all
idea.
there in the radio station also.
There's a
And
bunch of
with
people
all
that
you
can't
guys
call,
there,
can't call.
God is good. Believe me, God is good. We had it pretty rough that night. The winds were so horrible. It seemed like the house was going to fly away. But we couldn't get out of Corpus because Grandpa's not feeling good as he can't travel. So we stayed behind, but praise the Lord, he was with us. We prayed all night long. And I just thought I'd call to let you know that we're all good and everything's fine. Praise the Lord. And I'm just letting you know that we're okay. We went through a hard one, but not as bad as the other people. And we're still praying for them. And I hope you all are doing okay. I kept watching TV to see if anything was happening there in Livingston. I didn't see anything, thank God. And I called Jan to find out if you all were doing good, but I'm sure you all are. Thank God for that too. And we keep praying for you, and I just thought I'd let you know that everybody here in Corpus is okay. And we live in the city of Christ. So, God bless you all, and love you, and good night. And I miss you, mijo. I'll keep praying for you. Okay? And I pray for all you guys there in the radio station. Praise the Lord.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Y'all are the angels of God. God bless you. Good night.
Good night.
Okay, Leslie from England, you're on the air.
Thank you. Hi, I'm calling for John Ramirez on Palunsky. Hi, John. Obviously, I've been watching the news from England.
Prison show.
And have been keeping in touch with guys on Facebook. Everybody that I know seems to be okay. There's been quite a lot of destruction in houses and things. It's really terrible. Really feel for you guys out there. We don't get probably all of the updates that you guys do over there, but it looks absolutely horrific. Obviously thinking of you. Hoping that you're okay, John. I'm sure that you are. Perhaps been putting updates on Facebook, so I know that you're okay. But I guess you must be not getting visits and stuff, so that must be pretty tough. This is really just a quick call. I don't want to use up the airtime for other people trying to get through, but I just want to tell you that I love you, I'm thinking of you, and I'm thinking of all of you guys. So take care. Lots of love to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leslie. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, moving on now to Rosemary El Paso.
Yes, hello, God bless you. So everybody, just want to say a big shout out, hugs and kisses to my precious son. I miss you tremendously, mijo. Want to let you know that I'm okay. Thank God, the roof is fixed. I just had to buy little roof granules for the vents. We're infested with mosquitoes over here right now. I couldn't make it with Precious this weekend. She's fine. They're happy. They're good. Had to buy a little bit of school supplies, but she's okay now. I love you, mijo. Alex is moving out on the 20th of this month, so I'll be helping him out to move out to his I already took it to her. I hope you already got my letter with the pictures in it. It was sent out, I believe, this Tuesday. So you'll be getting that soon, hopefully. Pray to God everybody's okay there. I know you guys got really pounded over there, and God is with you. Let's not lose the faith. Okay? I love you, mijo. I'll be with Alex tomorrow, see what I can do for him, help him out with the truck. I miss you. Don't lose hope, mijo, okay? Te amo. And I wish you a good night, okay? May the angels of God sleep with everybody there, okay? Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Rosemary. Thank you for the well wishes.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Brianne from Toronto.
Yep.
You're on the air.
Hi. I'm calling for Romero Gonzalez, but also want to say a super quick hi.
Bob's going to do shout out next.
Hi.
Hi, Brianna.
It's just nice to hear your voice and not just see you on Facebook, so that's exciting.
Yeah, that's cool.
But Romero, hi, I got through. I have a phone now that works, and so I can start calling in again. I've been doing lots of searches to make sure that you're okay. Denise has been in touch a lot. We've been corresponding back and forth about what's going on in Texas and living Houston and stuff. So I'm glad that you guys are okay. Simon got the card that you made for him, and then Isaiah got the bird that you drew for him, and they were both very excited and put it right by their bed so they can look at the pictures all the time. So thanks so much for sending them. And we put some more stuff in the mail for you today, so we hope you get that sometime within the next 6 weeks, because that's how Canada Post works. And I will be in touch via JFK really soon. So have a great week. Okay. And thanks, guys.
Thank
you, Brianna. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, and it looks like we have a shout-out.
Hey, this is Bob Gartner. Just want to say hi to Stephen Sandblum. I know you and Di traded letters, and maybe you haven't gotten one from her. I don't know, but hello at any rate. And I think she's had a few things to do. Marcia Hall, if you can hear me in the wind, or Wesley McCullough, or Billy Sims, or Tim Bazarow, hello to y'all. I know you have reception issues. I want to send another letter to the Ombudsman, who claimed the information division was technology was working on something there. So they haven't bothered to follow up on a letter to me. And of course, I want to say hi to John Green, wherever you are. Terrell, I understand, has been evacuated. Some of you guys went to J3, but I know it's a mess out on Highway 6 and 90, so I don't know where you're at. I just hope that the medical people are taking good care of all of you that have issues, and especially my friends like John Green. I think you almost killed him the last time you were evacuated, and it was more important to just talk about the past Friday night or something, I understand. So, it's a crisis, and yet you have the responsibility of taking care of people, and that's huge, but, their medical issues are paramount. So, with that, thank you, and take care, guys. If I haven't mentioned your name, a couple of guys at All Red, I don't know if you can hear me, Richard Ariaza and David Easley, Martin DiCarlo, hello, I'll get a letter to you. Thanks.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And we're going to go on to our next caller here, and our next caller is
Donna from, is it Donna?
Yep, Donna.
Yes.
Donna from New Jersey, from Polensky User.
Hey, yeah, good. I'm glad to hear that y'all made it through.
Thank you, Donna. We appreciate that.
Even from up here in New Jersey, it was just crazy. And I didn't really watch much news, but I'm not going to stay long because I know there's a lot of people calling. But hey, Talon, just going to say what's up, and I'm sure you're doing fine because you know how to do this. But I just wanted to tell you, in case you haven't gotten any mail this week, that I will be there on September 11th and 12th. I don't know if you remember me telling you that I had a ticket for August 27th to the 31st, but I had rescheduled it because of my work schedule. Well, you see, that turned out perfect because, yeah. So, the flights ended up being canceled anyway, but I was able to avert all of that. So, yeah, September 11th and 12th, in case you haven't gotten the mail yet. But everything here is good, and I'm going to let you go so that, I'm going to let you go. That's so funny. But anyway, I love you, and I'll talk to you later, and everybody take care. Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, Clarence from San Angelo, you're on the air.
How are y'all doing down there?
We're here.
I called and checked on y'all today for you and see if everybody was all right. No rain.
Oh,
y'all came through the storm.
We're here for you.
All right. I'll let my boys on Polensky then. Old Clarence Brown, Johnny San Antonio Barnes, Corey, Polo, no Wendy King, no Sprees. I'm thinking about y'all, brother. I know it's hard right now with everybody locked down with this storm and stuff, but y'all gonna be up soon. I'm thinking about y'all and praying for y'all, man. I'm still struggling out in this world, trying to make it day for day. I can only take it one day at a time. So I'm thinking about y'all. Y'all stay cool, brother. do the best you can. And Hank?
I think Hank may be somewhere in the building, so if you want to say a few words to him, he can hear you.
Well, Hank,
Hey, I can hear you.
Oh, there he is.
hold them together down there, man. You and Ray.
Hey, also, real quick, folks, I want to tell you, 713-526-5738. Hey, Clarence, how you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing all right. I'm taking it one day at a time, man.
You're not out there in the flood, at least.
No, it don't even flood to say. Parole officers come calling me the other day and say, what is your evacuation plan in case it floods? It hasn't flooded in
San Angelo.
200 years. I told him, I said, Officer Chris, he said, oh, no, that's too far away.
Yep. Shoot, man.
I can do them and laugh at it.
Tell him Hawaii. What's going on with your health, man?
My health is getting good, man.
Good.
I mean, it's getting exceptionally good. It's getting better and better each day.
Okay,
Finally,
good.
the doctor's planning everything, so I can't do it free and keep struggling.
All right.
One day at a time.
All right, I got you in mind.
All right, y'all take care down there, man. Y'all be careful, because another storm is in the Gulf already.
Oh, I know.
Y'all be careful down there.
What, a little storm? All right, Clarence. Good night, man. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Clarence.
You too. You too.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to Julie in Florida.
Yeah, hello, everybody. My shout-outs for Soul Man Rodney Reed. Hello, Rodney. I hope you are doing fantastic. I don't think it got super bad there, but I know how it can leak. So, again, I hope you're all right and not too inconvenienced with all this crazy stuff. I can't believe everything that's going on. So, really sorry and sad for all of it as I sit here and watch Irma forming off the coast and looking like it could come somewhere between here and the Carolinas. It's kind of scary. But global warming, not a thing. Anyway. Anyways, I hope you're good. I hope you've gotten your J-Pay. I did drop the card in the mail. I know it's going to be delayed. Maybe you've got some other pictures to look at. I love you. Jeff and I just got home from listening to some music.
Hey, Rodney.
Yes, and that's really about it. I'm going to get off here, let other people shout out. I hope you are hearing this and everything is good. So, love you. Take care, everybody out there in Houston. Stay strong, and thanks, guys. Good night, Rodney.
Thanks, Julie. Thanks for thinking of us here.
Thank you. Bye.
And we have Niski in Livingston for Polensky.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Niski.
Hi. First of all, I want to wish Spider a happy birthday. Hey, Spider, you're catching up with me. And I just wanted to call and let you all know that Juan and I are doing fine. We, along with our families, did not receive any damage or flooding from the hurricane. Unfortunately, many areas here in Polk County did. A lot of families lost everything that they owned. One lady expecting her first child soon witnessed everything she owned washed away before her eyes. I can't fathom the thought of that. I met a sweet lady today that is married to Doug Crenshaw, and they're making sure she gets everything new for her baby girl due in just a few days. To the guys on death row, we all knew in our hearts that you would want to reach out and help the community. So I, along with Linda, Danielle Allen, Nicole Combs, and several others, reached out on Facebook and started a campaign for all of you. Many of your families and friends donated money on your behalf. This idea came so quick to me, and I have to give Clinton Young a big hug and a big shout-out, because he told me one day at Visit how limited you guys are about what you can do. So this idea came quickly. So also Elijah always tells me to help the kids and to, always show them that they're loved, and so we wanted to do that too. So on your behalf, the men on death row, today, Danielle Allen and I delivered brand new kids' clothes, foods, drinks, dog and cat supplies, toys, hygiene supplies to the evacuees staying at the La Quinta Inn here in Livingston. We also went and gave $200 cash and water to the Polk County Hope Food Bank, all in your behalf. We wanted to show Polk County how compassionate and loving that you really are. So make sure you thank your loved ones and friends and family for making these donations on your behalf. This may even make the newspaper, guys, so I think that's going to be really great.
And we hope it does. We hope it does.
Yeah, I think it will. We've got pictures for it. One CEO, wow, awesome news, man. I was the one, I got to call your mom and tell her the great news, and we were just so great. And I'm already in love with your mom. She's so sweet. I'm going to call her again Sunday and check on her. Brother Kathy, Claire loves you. Clinton, Eva will not be here tomorrow night, but we'll see you Thursday and Friday. Robert, Teresa sends her love. Happy birthday, Spider, again. Rebel, I will see you tomorrow at 8. Oh, yeah. A man that I met that writes songs for Sammy Crenshaw, he's going to be writing a song for Texas Death Row now.
Oh, really?
That's great. Yeah.
Okay, well, we can't wait. We need to hear that.
We can't wait. Oh, yeah, we're going to hear it. So I can't wait to hear that either. So his name's Mr. Cruz, and he's going to be getting in contact with me. So can't wait to hear it.
Well, thank you. You've given us such great news and something to look forward to. We appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay, guys, y'all keep the faith. Keep your head up. And like I said, y'all have really, really made a difference with Polk County today. You couldn't believe the smiles on their faces when Danielle and I went and delivered all these things on your behalf.
It was
awesome. I just read the letter, Aniski. Did you hear me read the letter? Yeah.
Yeah, Karen here just read the letter, the thank you from the La Quinta management, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so they're already getting recognized, and we hope that recognition just continues to keep going.
Oh, yeah, that's our goal. So, okay, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Have a safe holiday, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks,
okay,
Jessy.
bye-bye. Bye.
All right, and Karen, you had a shout-out, right?
Yeah, I had to shout out myself because I want to say hello to Eric, and I want to tell you that I just had a lovely visit with you today. And I hope that you're not too mad that I just went to Houston, because I know you're a bit scared something might happen, but I'm really safe and well, and we'll get back to Livingston later on. Wish you a very good weekend, and after the weekend on Tuesday, I see you again. Love you.
Oh, thank you, Karen. Karen's been great to have with us tonight. We've really, really enjoyed you being here. Danielle, while we're doing shout-outs, you had a shout-out you wanted to do, too?
I sure do. Wanted to give a big thanks to Brian Davis and Carnell Petitan. Had great visits today, and looking forward to my visits tomorrow night. And hi to everyone else at Polunsky, and I hope everyone's doing well. My house fared very well during the hurricane. Everyone around us did not. We're praying for everyone around the community.
That's kind of been the story, is some people doing great while others just, it's unexplainable, these floodwaters.
It is. My sister was actually rescued from her in Port Arthur, so.
Okay, yeah. So it's just, it's been really difficult kind of processing the whole situation here and understanding it, right? So, but we're glad that all the folks who are calling in are safe, and please continue to call in and let your loved ones know that you're safe. So, going on to Robert in Houston.
Hey, how you doing? Shout out to Death Row, Bigfoot. They hope everything's coming along the best they can. At the same time, I'd like to give a shout out to Ray Hill. Let you know, Rob, me, finally made it home. I did my 25-year sentence day for day, and I will be getting in contact with you soon, brother. Thank y'all, and enjoy the night.
Thank you. All right, and then we have someone in studio.
Hi, I'm Brandy.
Okay, Brandy, you have a shout-out?
Yeah, I wanted to give two quick shout-outs. First of all, guys, I don't want to disappoint you, but I do have some words from Miss Linda. She wanted to send her love to everybody on death row, as well as the other guys that she visits. I know she visits guys all across the board, so she wanted me to let you guys know she couldn't make it tonight, but she is well. Her house fared well. She didn't get any damage. She's getting ready for her cruise, so she was not able to make it to any visits this week. She won't be there next week, but she will hopefully be back the week after. So again, she just wanted me to let everybody know that she does love you guys, and she will be in contact. And now for my shout-outs, I wanted to send a shout-out to Fabian Hernandez at Polunsky. Hey, I hope you've been getting my messages. They say JPays are running in, but you know how that is. We don't really have concrete information until I get to talk to you. I guess obviously you know by now that I didn't make it down there last week, and that was because of the floodwaters. But I will be there tomorrow. So get ready. I will see you at 8 o'clock, and I hope everybody else is doing well. And that's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, we're going to go on to caller 2, Maria in Maine.
Uvi, namaste. This is the surprise call. We drove all night to get to Maine, through the rivers of the highways, and I brought a lot of your art with me, and you're going to be in our hearts this whole weekend. And Uvi, without further ado, I do want to tell you that I just sent you a letter yesterday, and there's another one coming. I got to talk to you about the stuff that you've been talking to me about lately, and I got some more to tell you. But now I'll just pass on the phone to Brother Silas. Good night. I love you. And here's Silas.
Yo, Brother Obi, what's happening, man? It's Maria and I. We're up at your cabin in the woods that we've told you so much about. You're the one that you think is too nice for you, the one you want a little shack next to it. But we're sitting by the crack on the fire, thinking about you, brother. Miss hanging out with you. And, just sending lots of love. We just showed these walls last week to about 500 teachers. And your energy is alive and well, man. So keep on doing what you're doing. And I love you, brother. And just sending lots of love from the trees, from the forest, and the crackling fires. My Aunt Maria and I. Woo-hoo! Oh, Barry, what's up, brother? Woo-hoo! So, yeah. All right. Thanks, man. Lots of love.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, guys.
All right, and we're off to Mike in the engineering room.
Hello, everybody. This is Mysterious Mike from the Historic Prison Show. I'd like to do some shout-outs. Here's some shout-outs to the guys at Texas, Guy Alexander, Jamie Cuppett, Dennis Hope, Stephen Russell, Jovan in Spring Branch, Philip in Dallas, K Money in Houston, Philip Perez here in Houston. Carla Riviera wants me to do a shout-out to Alex Molina at the Telford unit. Tasha wants me to do a shout-out to Rita Estrada on Payday, Bonton Mickey, Michael Marino, Manuel Marino, Michelle Bateman, DJ Doc, DJ Oz, DJ Thomas, Frank Klepper at the Gory unit, Jivin Jimmy, Haas, Michael S. Garcia at the Ferguson unit, Juan F. Carlos Esparza at the Stringfellow unit, Bernard F. Bernard at the Darrington unit, Howard S. Pruitt Sr., Jose Herrera, Edward Ruiz at the Carol Vance unit, and also I'd like to do shout-outs to John R. Green at the Terrell unit, Mark Holloway at the Luther unit, Adam Wilkerson at the Luther unit, Abel R. Chero at the Polunsky unit, Adam Wilkerson at the Luther unit, Wayman Spriggs at the Polunsky unit, Robert Satillo at the Wynn unit, Thomas Ramirez at the Polunsky unit, Robert L. Allen at the Darrington unit, Bill R. Sims at the Wynn unit, Edward Merrill at the Polunsky unit, Christopher Dye at the Darrington unit, and congratulations to Clarence Lee Bowman in the out in the San Angelo, and Anthony Neeland in Austin. Congratulations on getting out. You can still write me at 419 Lovett Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77006 for the Historic Prison Show at the Mighty 90 KPFT 90.1. And now back to the host on the Prison Show.
Thanks, and that was our Mysterious Mike.
Yeah, he's very mysterious. We used to play that song. Dewey used to play the song from...
So we got a couple of more callers left here, so we're going to move on to, let's see, Joanna in San Antonio.
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear.
Hi, I just wanted to make a shout-out to Joseph Garcia. Just want him to know that I'm okay. Brett says hello from Australia and sends him big brother hugs. Just want him to know that I'm okay and that I will be there tomorrow to see him. And I'm very excited. We just got engaged last week. So very excited to see him tomorrow, and I hope he's doing well. I love you, Joseph. Thank you.
Thanks, Jonah. Thanks for calling in.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Okay, Lori in Dallas, you're on the air.
Hi, my name is Lori. I'm from Dallas. This shout out is for Jeff Pribble. Jeff, I just wanted to let you know that I love you and I miss you, and I will be there tomorrow night at 8 p.m. with Danielle, and Danielle wants to say hello and to let Thomas and Randy both know that she will be there tomorrow night as well. And she also wants to do a shout out to Papa Sam. She sends her love. And anyway, Jeff, I just wanted to say I love you and I miss you, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Okay, thank y'all.
Thank you so much. All right, off to Dorothy Jean in South Carolina.
Hi. I wanted to have a shout to David Lee that's on the unit. I love you and I miss you and I hope you're okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kept that short.
Have a great day.
Thank you. We appreciate you. All right, and finally to Ashley in Corpus. Ashley, are you there?
Hello?
Ah, there you are, Ashley.
Hi. I'm sorry. Hi. Yeah, this is from my brother, John Ramirez. Hey, bro, love you so much. Sorry I couldn't get with you last week, but I'm sure you've heard with Hurricane Harvey and everything, it's been a little chaotic over here in Corpus Christi with Rockford and Aransas and all this chaos going on right now. But thank the Lord that we're okay. All the family is okay. We're just kind of trying to help, give back and volunteer and do as much as we can for the surrounding areas. We hope that... Are you guys okay over there, by the way?
Well, we're here. Most of us are fine. Most of us, I think, our homes are good.
So,
good.
Houston's kind of strange right now. It's kind of like you either got flooded out or everything's cool.
Yeah, we had puddles where I lived, basically is how I describe them. But all around us, we had rivers. So it's an interesting thing.
Yeah, over here, it was pretty crazy because by the time it hit, it was Category 4.
Yeah.
But luckily, the most that we got in our area, Corpus Christi, was a lot of debris and fences
wind.
down. But,
Yeah.
Right, but that was just the majority of it. The Rockford around this past 4 days what got really destroyed. So we were really super fortunate here. But again, it's just been a little hectic over here with everybody just trying to, power was out. We just got power, I think, the day before yesterday. So it's just been one thing after another. But again, everything can be replaced and everything can get taken care of. The main thing is that we're alive. So anyway, so I wasn't able to call last week, but I love you, bro. We're praying for you every single day. We will see you soon. I need to get with Jan. I haven't had the opportunity to talk to her so that I can see when me and Grams can visit you. And then also, hopefully, you can put Dad back on the list. So anyways, I'll see you soon. I love you so much. Praying for you and for everybody in the Houston area and as well in prison. So God bless you, and I'll talk to you soon, bro.
Thanks, Ashley. Thank you for calling in.
Thank
you.
All right. Well, this guy crept in here.
Yeah, I snuck right up in here. For those of the guys that don't recognize my name, it's David Collingsworth, producer. Woohoo!
Yeah. Important title.
Not always everybody's favorite person, but I try to be. I got some mail this week, and I know Hank announced my address earlier.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about getting a P.O. box. And, it's a community mailbox up here, so we're not pointing any fingers. We don't know what's going on. Dee Dee did go through the boxes, and we found a couple of letters, and I did just send out some JPays. So, guys, don't think that we're not listening to you. We had a meeting this week. We've talked to some different people about some different things, and we're listening to it. I talked to Charlie Harrison about a song. I'm going to get followed up with Charlie again. Those of you who tune into the Prison Show on a regular basis know that Charlie Harrison is one of our local musicians. He does a lot of our benefits. He does a song called The Prison Show. So it's a new modern version, and actually he calls it The Prison Radio Show. But still, it's a more modern version. And he was supposed to be making a final cut. I've got a version of it that I taped at the Firehouse Saloon. So I'm thinking about changing up the music a little bit. The beginning, we've had some of the guys don't like the snotty-nosed little brat comment. And David Babb played it. Ray played it. what it is it's just telling everybody that this is an adult program, that the kids need to go to bed. And I know that there's kids that do hear the shout outs, there's kids that come to the studio, and we try and be polite, but what that is just a disclaimer is what it's called. It's just a warning that prison's nothing nice. And whenever we start talking about some of the things that go on, we talk about death row, that can be very traumatic for children. So, it's called a disclaimer. And we will look for a new disclaimer.
We just
and we'll
like
give
to
it a
give
shot.
our warnings where warnings need to be.
Yeah, I mean, and the station uses that disclaimer for other shows. So that's just a disclaimer is what that is. It's not just that the prison show always uses it, but it just happens to be there. I mean, we don't have I don't even know that there's another disclaimer on the show, on what they call the cart. Do you know, Mike, is there another disclaimer on there at all? That's the only one we've got, right?
Just the one we give.
So I'll search the internet and see if we can come up with one, or maybe we'll make up one, or maybe I can find something. Yeah, see, Hank don't even know.
We just want people to know what they're getting into.
Those shows that need a disclaimer, that's the only thing KPFT has. So we've just always used it. David Babb used it, like I said. Ray used it. It's just been there since 1980, I guess.
Are we getting a lot of complaints about it?
I've had 2 or 3 of them, yeah.
And truth of the matter is, we've only had about 3 or 4 complainers.
Yeah,
like
that's
that
why I said
before,
it's only been
over
about
4
2 or
years.
3. But I mean, whenever I ask for suggestions and people write in, I listen. And Hank used to think I did, and me and Hank butted heads whenever he first came on. He says, "You never listen to what I say anyway." But we've changed a lot of things around here.
Well, that's true.
What a relationship.
So, yeah, we're like brothers. That's what brothers do.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll butt heads a minute. And
You
then
should
get
see
on
them
with
up here.
Yeah, I was teasing Mike a little bit ago. He was about ready to get with me. He's lacing up. I watched him.
He had his tennis shoes on.
Yeah.
It's very odd seeing you guys and not hearing you. We just see facial expressions.
Yeah, we're just a bunch of brothers around
Thank
here.
you.
So.
Thank you.
But guys, we are listening to you. We do want you to write us. Again, my address, David Collingsworth. This is my home address, 9902 Bromel, Bromel, Station Street, Houston, Texas, 77070. You guys write me. I will not probably do snail mail, but I will send you a JPEG. You still get the communication, and it's a lot easier for me because it's the same thing as sending out an email. No, I work so many hours, it's really hard for me to sit down and write a letter.
It is hard.
No, we know. You're working and driving places.
I am
so.
really blessed. Those of you guys that know my history, I've been incarcerated about 15 years, on and off in installment plans. And I've really been blessed with a job, and I've got a promotion, and I got another raise. So I mean, it's like it never stops.
We're happy you're out here with us.
So
you're doing good things out here.
Thanks. And then with the volunteering, there's a lot of volunteering going on, and we're going to step it up here at the prison show. I know we don't have a lot of time, but you guys keep tuning in to Facebook Live. Keep telling your families about it. We're going to start a YouTube channel so that you can go through and you can see us. And we're going to be watching ourselves. I'm going to stop waving with my middle finger like I did last week. So, thanks for tuning into the prison show.
Good night.
Fair housing. It's not an option.